Welcome to Wise Beyond Bitcoin, where you come for education, analysis, and opportunities in blockchain and crypto. My name is Lucas.
And my name is Ryan.
And we have an exciting follow-up video on one of our favorite platforms, protocols, Fantom of the Opera, the Fantom Network, and what they've got going on for DeFi. A lot of great development. And we want to go into detail on, what you can do to go further down the rabbit hole. Once you start learning how to stake in a network and provide liquidity, there are things that can be done to maximize that liquidity you're providing, and multifaceted ways that you can work with your crypto. This is not financial advice. This is just educational information. It's entertainment if you're entertained, and we're all just learning this new technology together. It's a new language. Some things we get right, some things we don't. Some things we get it right because we get it. Some things it's by accident. We're all just trying to figure this out. If you understand a protocol, drop in the comments. Let us know what to look at, because we're learning this new technology emerging together, and it's just a beautiful time. We're excited to see all the development and the potential from the birth of Bitcoin and Satoshi Nakamoto, from the shenanigans,
our contracts, and the and Ethereum and DeFi and NFTs and all the above. It's so exciting.
We've got videos on different networks. If you're interested in learning the details and deep dives, of course, you know what to do. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and all that good stuff. But without further holding back on this, we like to start with where in the market with what we're looking at. And I guess,
well, it's nice to see some green after a day of just universal selling across all markets. It looks like most assets. So yeah, it's good to see some life back in the market. Sale? And right, that's what it was. I mean, I took some positions. I don't know if you did, but that was an opportunity. So, and they happen. So you just have to accept it and take advantage of it. And right now we're seeing that Fantom is, it's still trading downward, barely. It's only 3%.
Well, but you can call it correct. It's just recently.
It's a small correction. Yeah. Yep. It topped $3. Like a little over $3. I think. Oh no, 330. It looks like a couple weeks ago, and it's kind of been correcting ever since. A lot of the life or excitement in Fantom, I think, was pulled out and went into Avalanche as that took off. And really last week, and it was kind of like the week of Avalanche, I feel like.
That's what I meant to show. Look, in the last year, 10,889% in just the last year. So you get corrections. And this last month, it's pulled back, as you said, Avalanche and other DeFi ecosystems. You're seeing there's an active flow of liquidity for liquidity farmers that are picking up and taking their stakes, and they are actively moving coin from network to network to maximize their returns, which is what arbitrage, which is what people do all the time. So it's natural. But so Fantom is going through an influx or a flux right now, and it's quite possibly an influx in the not too distant future. We'll see.
Yeah, the story I hear is that the rotation from Avalanche is looking to move in to Fantom as so this would be like a good, this is not financial advice, but the rumor is this would be a good time to maybe load up on your Fantom position at these as it's correcting. But we're not here to talk about Fantom specifically.
We've already done
interested. That. Yeah, we've already did a Fantom video. If you want to check that out.
Yep.
We did a big deep dive into that ecosystem with various protocols we explore and discuss. And there's a video on that Lucas is directing your attention to as we speak.
I am.
It's under, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, something like that.
You'll find it. Click under videos. Pardon me. I was on the home page. Click under videos and scroll down, and you will see we've got a lot of ecosystems. Hector DAO, which is on Fantom.
Yep.
And let's see what else. Where is that DeFi Fantom? You see it? Do you see it?
It's a Harmony, Kusama. Well, I know we did it. It's in there.
It's in there. You'll have to find it if you really want to know more about Fantom. You'll just have to come in here and find it yourself. But what we really want to get into.
Oh, there it is. I see it. Scroll down. I saw it.
You saw it?
I thought I did. Yeah. Well, anyway, I saw it briefly.
Yeah,
it's there.
Before I saw it when we made it. I do remember that.
It was a good video.
Oh, here it is.
But yeah,
Here
so
we go. Here we go. DeFi
there it is.
2.0, BYOB, be your own bank, Fantom, decentralized exchanges, bridges, LP farms, and compound interest. Boom. There you go. So we definitely get into the networks, how to get involved, how to get started. Now, once you know about LP, we also did a video on detailed explanation, walk you through how to provide LP tokens. So we've got that as well. We like to show examples. If you like examples, stick around, because we're going to walk you through this new protocol. But before we do, let's talk about what it is, what it brings to the table, what's the values
so
it adds.
Grim, talking about Grim Finance, grim.finance is the website. This is a compounding yield optimizer. What does that mean? Okay, well,
let's enter the app.
Let's talk. Yeah, I'll set to the app and we can look at it. So when you provide liquidity, say you provide liquidity on SpookySwap or SpiritSwap, and say let's make it easy. SpookySwap, let's say you did the Fantom Boo pool and you provided liquidity. Yeah, let's go look at it.
Here's a portfolio for education. It's been up here for a short while. We do live action. So go ahead and do your thing, brother. Explain.
So you can see that the top under the My Staked section, there's farms, and you see there's a Fantom Boo section right here. And what's going on is there's been about a little over $900 committed across those two tokens, and an LP was given in exchange. And by holding that LP token, we're earning Boo, which is a function of that initial principal. And the Boo is earning on that pool is earned 1.28. You can see that number there, which is roughly $25. So what happens is you can let that accrue, you can let that interest build up, and when you get to a certain amount, you can harvest it or scrape the interest is another way to say it. And then you can take that interest and put it into whatever you want. You can go buy more Fantom. You could buy any other token you want. You could even bridge it to another network if you wanted to get on another network other than Fantom.
And as we've shown, you can harvest it, and you can come over to the stake Boo tab, and you could just stake your Boo and take that X Boo, and you can stake that directly and earn Fantom or Spell, one of these others, right? So in theory,
now, and that's very cool to be able to do that. Now, imagine if instead of waiting for that Boo reward and that interest reward to pile up to be a certain, say it's piled up here to $25. What if instead of waiting for that to happen, you were able to reinvest that interest every day and then grow your principal? Then basically what would happen would be it would be split amongst that principal. You'd have now more Fantom and Boo in equal measure. And then so your principal would grow every day, and then that would mean that the interest would be larger as the principal grows, the return on the interest grows. So through this compounding, you would be able to get more of the interest return over time versus just the straightforward simple interest of just letting your interest accrue and not using that to reinvest. So what Grim does is so you could manually do this yourself. You could go over to SpookySwap and you could click on harvest interest, and you could go and split that against over Fantom and Boo and reinvest that in the LP. And then you'd have every day you could, get a little bigger position. You could compound your position that way manually. Now so what Grim does,
and so
go ahead.
So what you're saying is for people is that for the last, say it's been a week or so, for the last several days, this $25, $29, this money, this return, instead of it just sitting there waiting to be harvested, it could have been immediately put back into a pool, and I could have been earning a return on that.
On your return. Right. You can earn a return on your return
automatically without having to come in and pay a fee to harvest it myself. It's done automatically. The catch,
and that's what Grim does. Grim does this for you automatically.
The catch is, and it's not a catch, it's really just a trade-off.
The trade-off, yeah. The
trade-off is, and you mentioned this at the beginning, when I come to harvest this right now, let's say we want to harvest this liquidity position, we've earned the Boo tokens. We might say, well, you know what? We want to come over here to SpookySwap, and I've got $50, $60. Maybe I want to come over here to SpookySwap and take my Boo, and I want to swap it for something else on here. Maybe I
Sure.
want to
Ice or spell
ICE or Spell or Bitcoin
or
or stable
or
coin
curve.
or
Yeah.
Curve or anything. If I can't do that from these auto compounding platforms. The only
That's
way,
right.
because if I were to do that, I'd have to come harvest my rewards and then make the swap. So the trade-off is that you do get a higher yield because every day it's taking your return and putting it back in on that LP to get more. However, it's forcing you to keep taking profit in that liquidity pool, which is not necessarily a bad thing at all. At all.
Yeah. It just depends on, do you want it? So the question you have to ask yourself is are you wanting to take the rewards and diversify into something different that you feel maybe there's a new project that you feel is going to be awesome and you want to get on it? Or are you or you are the mindset that that initial allocation, whether it's Fantom Boo or whatever pool, if you're of the mindset that you want to have a bigger position in those two assets, then this auto compounding thing is great. But if you're wanting to use the rewards to diversify, then like you say, you're kind of stuck in that initial allocation because it's going to reinvest and compound your initial pool, whatever those assets were.
That being
So
said,
you're right
yeah,
that there's a trade-off here. You're getting a greater return, but you're also getting kind of locked in on that initial investment.
that being
And you're doubling down on it, really,
yeah.
is what you're doing.
And that being said, you have to ask yourself, how often am I really going to manage this portfolio or this? How often am I going to come back to it? And like you mentioned, maybe before the video, we were talking about this, but you can always sell a portion of your liquidity position at any point in time. So you could have it auto compounding into that pool. And if later you wanted to take a portion of that pool and sell just a small portion to go trade it for something else,
you could
always do it that way. So
it's not, so we don't want to overemphasize the inflexibility here. Sure. It's really just that it would just be one extra step.
Sure. Now, because Grim is built to help people maximize and capitalize the liquidity pool reward efficiency, and it auto compounds it for them, that's how people are able to get these APYs, right? Because it's taking their daily rewards and it's staking it for that little extra gain than they would if they would have just left it directly on that DEX. But you see that they've got there's a lot of different protocols, LPs that they support. Where is it? Here.
Oh yeah, click on the platform list.
There are filters to go through all of the different yield auto compounders they have, and you can see Chad, Beethoven X, Curve, Guys, Grim Finance here as well, Liquid Driver, Olive Swap. I mean, Popsicle, we've covered some.
We're fans of them.
You can see this just continues to grow. Spirit Swap and SpookySwap. So in this case, if we click on SpookySwap and we say, okay, well, they've got Spell and they've got Fantom Boo. Hey, you know what? I would like to maximize the amount of the Spell Fantom position that I accrue. Maybe instead of accruing more Boo tokens, because I get enough Boo from other stuff, maybe I just want to take the Boo earned here and go back into Spell and Fantom. We could try that and see how that works, right?
Yeah. So we're over at SpookySwap. That's where your position's at. And you're saying, well, I'd rather move it over to Grim because I already have enough positions on Spooky earning Boo. I'd rather earn more Fantom Spell, right? Because we're bullish on, the thinking is that we're more bullish on Fantom Spell than we are on Boo. And but that's an opinion we have. That's not something that's
not even bullish. It's just about diversifying and saying, if I'm earning Boo, if I'm accruing Boo over here, you just find different ways to work. In fact, one doesn't really even have to take the whole position. If somebody wants to just take a portion of the position and leave a position here to earn Boo, that can be done. You can
do that too
as well, right? So
it's not an all or nothing thing.
In fact, let's just do that just for experimental purposes. This is all educational. So you see that the max, if you click max of Fantom and Spell, Unstake LP tokens, there's 0.0258. About half of 2.5 is 12, right? I mean, it'd be not exactly half, but let's just put a 12 in there.
Pretty
And
close.
let's say confirm and see how fast the Fantom network. One of the reasons why the Fantom network we've covered is so popular, like Avalanche and Harmony One and others that we really like to talk about, is because how cheap the gas fees are compared to Ethereum gas. It allows us to engage in smart contracts and DeFi in ways that Ethereum and other net, you're priced out. You literally can't do a transaction like this. It would be so there. It immediately look how quick
you're right.
Updates and shows right there. So now technically, now I've got a smaller position here in the Fantom spell, right? Oops.
And the rewards are zeroed out because they harvest the rewards whenever you sell.
Anytime you exactly, they automatically harvest those rewards. So it harvested the boo, but I'll have more boo token in my wallet. It doesn't compound it into liquidity. So now I've got harvested boo, and now I've got Fantom spells. So teaching people, okay, how this is farming, right? You take liquidity and you put it in for rewards, but now Grim Finance is kind of taking that farming to the next level, because it's saying, hey, you can put your farming token over here from SpookySwap or SpiritSwap or someone else. And every day in this pool, we'll cash those rewards out and put them back in the pool for you so that you're generating more from that pool.
And it's not just, I don't believe it's just once a day they do this. Because you could, I mean, it'd be pretty easy to do it once a day if that was all you did it. You could sign it, you could go to SpookySwap and once a day do that. This is an auto compounding feature. So it's I wouldn't say it's not like I don't know if it's every moment or every minute or every hour. I don't know what the thing is. We could do some research, but it's not once a day. It's more than that. So you would have to literally be sitting at your computer probably.
Look, there's the docs
most of the day in order to, we go through the docs, but you need to be there all, pretty much all day in order to replicate what they're doing.
Oh, and
from how I understand it.
You know what? Might as well do a couple of examples. So they say, use SpookySwap by depositing boo. Your balance will be converted to XBoo and you're earning the usual rewards from both XBoo protocol. You can deposit the XBoo here, it looks like.
Yeah.
Oh no, the boo. Or is that XBoo? Oh, it is XBoo.
You deposit your boo and I think you probably earn. Oh, no, it compounds it. All rewards are compounded into boo. Okay.
And you'll receive GXBoo. Whoa. Okay. Ooh, that's a spoiler.
It's a receipt. That's a receipt token. Yeah.
All right. All right. Let's take a look at, let's just one step at a time. Look how quickly the balance pop immediately from SpookySwap when you take your LP off. So what you would do is you click on, usually there's a way, there you go. Click on the balance, it automatically pops up. Here you go, 100%. Approve. Move out of the way if your face is in the way of the MetaMask. And give a moment for Web 3.0 to connect and do its thing. Like I say, be a little patient with these processes. There's a lot of developers and people working behind the scenes to make all this possible. Every day we wake up and see a new website, a new development, and people are expecting to be able to provide liquidity and get a token and deposit it. But there's a lot of beautiful work that's happening behind the scenes. Approval success, that just happened. And so there you go. That's that. What I was going to show,
very cool,
while we're here, and because we can, it shows you at the portfolio of SpookySwap. It says harvest all three, although there's only 2 to harvest left. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Why? This is a great opportunity to go experiment with that. It costs 0.07 Fantom. Right now, Fantom's at $2.
$2.15. Yeah.
$2.15. So we're talking about a couple cents. Couple cents, or is that really?
Yep. Yeah.
2 to 3 cents to do this. Oops, let me confirm it.
Amazing.
And that's what makes it feasible to compound $5, $6, $10, $25,
right,
$30. It's
yeah. Otherwise, if you would try to do that on Ethereum, you would be losing money every time. Unless your rewards were just off the chart.
There it goes. So technically, we should be able to come over to stake boo. Stake your boos 100%. to get XBOO. Now, once you got, oh, here's what it is. XBOO, I wonder if they have a gram down here. No, they don't. I think that they're taking XBOO, and here's why I want to say that. If you come over and we come back over to the, oops, well, where is it? There it is, XBOO. They're showing,
It says Expo.
it shows I have 0.29 boo. Oh,
Had to update. Yeah.
3.699 boo. Maybe I just need to refresh the page.
Mm-hmm.
Although these things generally, because if I just harvested that boo should be in the wallet.
Yeah.
Not X boo, that should be boo.
Just
And I'm
boo.
using SpookySwap, by depositing boo, your balance will be converted into X boo. And you're earning the usual rewards from both X boo protocol revenue once per day and wrapped Fantom. All rewards are compounded into boo. So
That's awesome.
interesting. It's showing that I have a 3.699 boo balance. Oh, that is my mind. That is what we just got. That's what I just harvested.
Yeah,
That's what we
That's
just,
the money you just took.
hello,
Yeah.
thank you.
From those pools.
And so it is going to compound these. It's going to turn them into X boo.
Mm-hmm.
Compound
Yep.
them into what?
Into boo. Into boo. So your boo position will continue to grow.
So boo will just moon river. Well, let's go for it. Let's just see what 3.699 boo can be when it's auto compounded to the X boo protocol. This is going to do it all automatically through SpookySwap.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Confirm.
Yep.
It is good to see live action. I know it's hard to tell because how high quality the lighting and the audio and how all of this works, but we don't edit this. We put some sites up. We say, let's go through this protocol, that protocol, and learn a little about this and share that journey. If you like learning about these journeys, you know what to do. Thumbs up, make a little comment. I think it just happened. I think we're good to go. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Approved.
Boom, approved. Oh, now
you have to stake it, right? And I find that you have to don't hit approve again because you'll get charged the gas fee twice. You have to reset the website and then you'll see it say stake. That's something about these Web3 buttons. It's on these sites. I tend to see that happen.
I do too. It's good to be careful. Don't get click crazy and then just start approving. Sometimes
I did that on Uniswap and I ended up proving something twice. I was like, man, I just threw $50 away. Whatever.
There you go.
There you go. Deposit.
We approved it. Now, so why is it approve? Oh, max amount. So explain this to me. Why is it that you have to sign a contract to approve something and then make another step to deposit it, Ryan? Why is it in crypto 3.0? I mean, I kind of know the answer.
I mean, I don't have a good answer on that.
Well, when you're your own bank, I mean, people are so used to having things, third-party services being the security done for them. But in Web 3.0, when you control your keys in your wallet and you're engaging in smart contracts, every step of the way, you have to sign and approve, and it's all on you. It's a huge feature for someone to be able to interact with their wallet in these protocols in the first place. That's a huge, when people see these returns, potential returns, there's a lot of innovation and technology behind approving a contract and then depositing after approving it in that contract. There's a lot of behind the work development, you know.
I guess it's a security layer. I mean, that way you don't end up doing something that you didn't plan on doing, right? Because it's an extra step.
Yep.
And it also makes the network.
This is going to
cost. It makes the network, the people who secure the network, some fees.
This will cost a little bit more.
Usually the deposit contracts do.
And it's wise often to write down, and if you want to calculate and be particular about how these are doing, it's always a wise thing to do. This is
monitor your positions.
showing you how it works.
Now there's a game there's a lot of innovation on this platform. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
just compounding interest or auto compounding LPs. There's that game they're developing too. Do you want to? I mean, we talked about how many different platforms. That was impressive. I had no idea that list was that long, but it is.
All right, it worked. It's deposited. It shows. We've shown examples. We'll come back later and follow up.
Yep.
This is one of the neat things. Yeah, let's do it. Totally, brother. I'm listening to you. We've got bridge. The bridge just takes you to Spirit Swap, which all backs. A lot of these are just backing to any swap. That's the major cross-chain bridge. Though, check out our video on Relay Chain with Jacob, and there's some development going on there. A lot of cool stuff happening with Relay Chain, an alternative to swapping cross-chain. Now,
Nice.
they've got products. Look at that. I mean, if that's not, if that doesn't get you right there to want to go swap on Grim, I don't know what does. But these are different ways you can advertise for, you know, the protocols you support. DeFi is all about, if you're involved in a protocol, providing liquidity, staking, helping grow the platform, market the platform to new people that are getting involved in crypto, you know, stuff like this is kind of a sign to help them. Now, unless you go walking around like this, I don't know how many people are,
Yeah.
but you know, it could work. Now, let's see, that's their products. You mentioned.
Yeah, they have a game they're building.
Up here, oh, that's their Discord. So up here at the top, you'll notice they've got lending. We're going to go over that. Their store, we just went over that. Obviously, Twitter, follow if you want to know what's being developed, the latest and greatest. Discord, Twitter. It's always great to follow the platforms and get involved, communicate with the community. The GameFi. So look at this little thing right here. Tells you the controls. It shows you, you know, it's left mouse button attack and the space bar is jump. And you can come over. And I wonder if in the future, if that they'll have something that, you know, maybe does an airdrop or something to support those people who have played the game.
Who have high scores. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just, all right. Look at that. Oh, well, I don't want to do that. That's kind of messed up, going around chopping up bird. Well, I guess if you think about this is the Grim Reaper, and he's telling him it's your time as a bird to go. He's not really taking a sickle and just,
it's metaphorical.
It's metaphorical, right? All birds, like, oh, it's time. The Reaper comes and and that's it. All right. Well, let's get out of this game. That's how that works. And it's high tech. Final score. Okay. Don't want to restart.
You're doing better. It's improving.
Major improvement. Here's their Twitter. And if you want to stay abreast of the latest and greatest, what they've got going on this weekend, Purge winner is Popsicle Finance. So this is where it's at, and they will show you.
We're a huge fan of that protocol as well.
And we've got a video coming out about that pretty soon too. So as you know, we like to do these deep dives. This deep dive of Grim isn't over with. They also have lending being developed, and that's this Kitten Finance on the Fantom network. Very early stages. You can see the APY that I'm sure they pay you in Kitty token, depending upon, or I guess an X Grim. There's the borrow price for X Grim lending, and then here's also use Fantom to trade ETH USD pair. You can deposit your Fantom token right here and have access. Not
and leverage 3x leverage.
Sure. Leveraging, anytime you deposit and you borrow against, you run the risk, obviously, of liquidation and the prices of that collateral changing on you. So unless it's something you're very familiar with, you're very, 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 very familiar with, and you're okay with the risk of losing on that gamble, that risk, leverage is not
stay away.
That we promote. We really promote looking for those protocols that are offering long-term growth, long-term potential, long-term value. We definitely see Fantom Network as of now as one of those layer one smart contract protocols with a lot of value. Look at the volume. And Ryan, talk about this. So this is a site that you use a lot and you found lately, and explain what we're looking at here and what this does.
Yeah, this is a really cool, handy tool. So DexScreener.com, you can see on the left, there's various ecosystems that you can choose from and see what's going on. And it's what it does, it shows you the activity by protocol. And you can see price, it's sorting it by transactions. So you can see the second column is the transactions. And this gives you an idea about the kind of how much activity is on, which of these protocols, networks. That way you can
Liquidity.
gauge how, you see liquidity, market cap, the price change over the last few hours, volume. It just gives you a lot of data, a lot of metrics then the transactions is the one that stands out to me, because I know you can find liquidity and market cap and volume on other websites, but to see the transactions and see the protocols sorted by that activity, that does give you some data and helps you to kind of see what's popular and what's happening right now, and what protocols are where the attention is at. And you can see clearly Hector and Tomb, or Spartacus right there is another one we've been talking about. And it's a handy tool when you're trying to figure out where the protocol that you're looking at is on the rankings. And so here you go.
Very cool. This is a valuable educational tool right here, as well as the other valuable educational tools you can find at wisebeyondbitcoin.com, which we will have developed one day into something no, I'm not even gonna build it up. It'll be what it is, but we'll add to it and make it more dynamic with more metrics and tools and more interactive for anyone to go.
Work in progress.
Totally. As is everything. This is beautiful. Oh, look, they got Chronos, Moon River, they've got Arbitrum, Optim. So this is really just a great resource for taking a look at the activity on the different platforms. This is a great deep dive at Grim. I love, this is similar to Yield Yak. It's similar to Koji Farms. We looked at that. It's great.
I think Penguin Finance is rolling out a protocol or facility or something that's going to do something similar for Time Wonderland.
Nice.
So yeah, we might talk about that later on another video.
Oh, I'm sure we will. And if you want to hear about it, you know what to do. I feel like, did we do a pretty good deep dive on the yield optimizer, how it works?
I'm satisfied.
We did examples, even how to take LP off of Spooky of a bridge. So this is okay. This is great. Well,
practical, theoretical. We hit all the right notes.
All right, well, let's rock and roll. I say until the next time, have a beautiful day and namaste.
Adios.